Hi everybody, we're back. Hello, hi. We're back with Mechwarrior Destiny. It's an early stream. Hello, hi. Hi. I'm like panicking to get these going because this is so much earlier than I'm used to doing this, especially when I basically just roll out of bed and try to start streaming. uh, yeah, let's go jump right into the VC. And wait, I gotta move this. Hold on. Can't be live with everybody in VC yet. Okay, hello? Hi. Okay, there, yes, we're good. And I gotta do some other stuff. Also, hi, Faye, how are you? Hello. Ah. Okay. Okay. We got all these things. I gotta get the Pokemon going to. Oh, the cute hearts. Two. Okay. I don't know. I don't know for sure if we're like live yet. Trying to wait. Trying to figure it out. It's fine. Just gonna join the room. Wait, where's there it is? There it is. There we go. Join in the room. Here. Oh yeah, I don't want to forget. I'm still doing a couple things. Like I'm doing this out of order. We're speed running, setting up a stream right now. It's great. Are we like
Last couple of weeks on board, nothing really major has happened. It's actually been fairly quiet the last the last two jumps. It Everything went smoothly. Um you're about 1 week out of Arc Royale by this point. And so actually, Kirka, how would like a normal, like just your average day in transit look?
An average day for Kirka is waking up a lot earlier than she would appreciate. Probably before even Samantha would get up. Get herself together, go into her office and take care of any communications or paperwork or anything along those lines that would have come in overnight before the start of the day, at which point she'll just have like a little sit down with the other star commanders and see what all see what was going on at their end, anything that they needed in the days before, and the making sure that there's any logistical needs are taken care of, checking in with the various offices. Basically, just like a lot of meetings with a lot of people, and the occasional time to do some paperwork and maybe eat.
Okay.
Yeah, just making sure that things are going smoothly and that there's nothing that needs her immediate attention or anything like that.
Okay, and like, are there any like specific protocols for like the ship in general, since you're the one who would decide those?
It'd be a 3-shift watch with a little bit of overlap in the schedules, just to facilitate turnover. The ongoing standing orders for the technicians would be to upgrade any mechs that they can using the clan salvage that had been acquired over the past while. So making sure that that's going smoothly and that there's no like weird nonsense that needs to happen there, which at this point it's been going really smoothly. There was a lot of Jade Falcon salvage that got claimed, and that's been helping that process out. Nothing too wild or crazy. Just basically make sure things are still functioning and there's some casual level of alert.
Okay.
Getting intel reports on the systems before jumping in, things like that.
All right. Deanna, what would you be up to on just like the average day in transit?
We cannot hear you.
Yeah.
Is that any better?
There you go.
Yeah.
Did you change your push to talk button around?
No, Windows decided that it wanted to switch to the microphone and a webcam for some reason.
Oh, yeah, I've had that
Oh.
happen. I feel your pain.
You know, there's a perfectly good Blue Yeti just to my left. And it
doesn't
wants
care.
to use the shitty onboard one on the camera. Anyway, like she wouldn't have as much in the way of managerial duties just because she's in an awkward position within the unit as a star commander, but in the command star. So, like, a lot of her operational duties would be more Kirika saying, hey, I need you to take care of this, I need you to take care of that, just facilitating so that she can be in two places at once, so to speak. But the extra free time isn't really free time because that means simulators, that means firing range, that means gym. Just generally keeping preoccupied with keeping herself sharp when she doesn't have some other duty to attend to.
Okay. Cletus, what would you be up to on just the average day in transit?
I think right now Cletus would probably be hitting the simulators and stuff and doing a little bit of training, like for personal advancement, not just in his mech, but he's also teaching himself how to fly an aerospace fighter through the simulators, I would imagine. And that would probably eat up most of his day.
I would
From
not
early
imagine.
morning to afternoon.
I would not imagine that. When did that happen?
Actually, yeah, this would be actually a good time to put that into RP. So would Cletus I would imagine Cletus would have tried to talk to Kirka about it initially at some point.
Yeah, it's more just like a kind of like a casual interest. I'm sure like it's been mentioned in passing. You know, I mean, he's flown a plane, or as it were, a quote unquote plane before on the farm. But I would imagine he probably proposed it to Kirka as he was feeling not too useful in his big Warhammer, seeing as that was pretty slow, and that maybe a change of pace and going a little more high speed, I think Cletus would feel a little bit more useful.
Okay. Well, so let's play out that conversation. 'Cause that sounds like it could be quite fun.
All right. So we'll start that off with Cletus just like approaching Kirka's. I'm going to assume Kirka has an office of some form or another.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I would
She'd be-
just...
yeah, she'd be in the office.
Yeah, Cletus is going to approach the office and knock on the door, you know, before entering. So we'll start with a cool knock knock.
Enter.
So Cletus walks in and says, "Good morning," or maybe it's afternoon. I'm not too sure. But I had a couple questions for you regarding some
clock.
training.
Look at the clock.
What?
10:15. It's morning.
Well, you know, time's funny in space, I guess. But
That's why we have standardized time.
I had some questions regarding some like training for you, boss.
Go on.
So my current equipment, the Warhammer that I've been driving around in, it's pretty slow. I feel like I haven't been very useful on like maybe the past 3 missions that I've been present for. I really haven't been able to get close enough to the front lines to actually inflict any damage. So I was thinking about trying to branch out and I'm seeking approval to train for some aerospace fighter. You know, training in aerospace fighters and like understanding the mechanical specifications and stuff like that. You know,
Do you have any aerospace combat experience?
I don't have combat experience, but I've flown what we called the crop duster back home.
Oh, hi, Ray. How are you doing? Welcome.
So I've
Hello.
flown.
Good to see you.
But not combat.
Okay. Let me spell this out for you then. Piloting a crop duster, to the best of my understanding, based on my conversations with various aerospace pilots,
Hey, y'all.
is
how are
roughly
you
akin to
doing?
pushing
Hello.
a shopping cart around in a store, compared to piloting a battle mech.
Now, not to interrupt you, but I'm going to. Let me propose it to you like this. What is dusting crops if not just dropping bombs on the weeds and the bugs?
Okay, but now, for so rudely interrupting, imagine this. She stands up and begins slowly walking towards you. Imagine, if you will, that every single one of those weeds and insects that you're attempting to firebomb has their own weapon. They know that you are there. They are actively seeking to avoid your every move, and they are calling in their own friends in their own crop dusters to either shoot you down or collide into you at any given convenience. On top of that, all of their weapons that are trained up onto you are capable of taking you down in one shot if they are able to bring their weapons to bear. Now, you mentioned that you have you feel as though you have difficulty getting into position in your Warhammer. I have watched you in combat. You take a considerable amount of damage. You have not figured out evasive maneuvers in a 65 km/h Warhammer. What makes you think that you would be able to engage in any sort of reasonable evasive maneuvers when you're moving 5 times that speed and are a quarter as durable?
I don't know. I think I can make it work. You know, I might be a quarter as durable, but I'm also, you know, relatively small in comparison. I have a lot smaller silhouette to target versus a towering mechanical behemoth, you know.
Have you not seen one of our aerospace fighters up close?
Well, I mean, yes, I know they're massive, but
Uh-huh.
you know what I mean.
I
I'm
do
not,
know.
I'm not
I do know what
necessarily
you're.
building.
I do know what you mean. Your application, your request is denied. If you
Damn.
feel as though you are having difficulties with your Warhammer, then that would be an entirely different conversation. We can consider moving you into a different chassis, one that feels more up to the challenge of getting into position and allowing you to contribute more to the fight in an offensive manner. That being said, personally, I like you in that Warhammer. You are the anvil to a significant portion of the star's hammer. You do not move very fast compared to, say, my Timberwolf or Esme's Falconer, but you do move fast for an assault mech at 65 kilometers per hour. You have considerable range with your PPCs. You are a deadly target, one that must be dealt with on the battlefield. And while the enemies are focused on you, that allows the rest of us to get into more suitable positions in order to take them out. As far as I am concerned, you play a vital role in our star's maneuvering and combat tactics. If you personally feel as though this is not feasible for you or not what you want out of a combat situation, then we can talk about putting you into a different battle mech. We have several on reserve that can be built up and activated for you in a moment's notice, and we can convert your training to one of familiarization with your preferred new hardware. I would be much more willing to listen to that than I would be to put you untested and untrained into a situation where you are, frankly, much more likely to be killed.
See, I just figured you didn't like me enough. You might jump on the opportunity to waste me.
My
And, you know.
personal feelings towards you and your decisions are irrelevant. You are still a member of the clan. You are still my bondsman. And as such, I still owe it to you to make sure that you live as long as possible, despite your best efforts, and that you are able to contribute best you can. I do not think that is in the cockpit of an aerospace asset. I firmly believe that is in the cockpit of a battle mech.
Understood.
Now, so that this is not a complete waste of time, did you want to discuss a different chassis for you to pilot instead of your Warhammer?
I'd probably have to see what we got. I'm not too sure. And that is both in character and out of character. I'm not too familiar with the range of available machinery. So,
honestly, I would say out of character. I think we can pretty safely assert that if you wanted something, we can just say that we have it.
I just want to see what Damien says, and
Sure.
I technically do have a list of most of the mechs that you all face, because I generally write them down and scratch them out. There's a lot of options. There are Timberwolves, Executioners, Summoners. As far as faster, but still big. Timberwolf would be smaller. Executioner or Summoner is same weight class, but one movement faster.
okay. And
Summoners
what
are
kind of
heavy.
weapons?
Oh,
What kind of
Summoner.
weapons
Oh
are
yeah,
you dealing
sorry.
with on the summoner and stuff like that?
So the ones that I used were just out of the book. However, the benefit for using something like a Summoner or Executioner is they're Omni-Mechs.
All right.
So with an Omni-Mech, the weaponry,
Or-
but I would say there's at least one executioner. There's probably one or two gargoyles that you'd have access to. Um, you've faced a couple of summoners and timberwolves. Yeah, like essentially any of the heavier assault mechs out of the book for the clan stuff, the star has faced.
All right. Well,
But
let's try the summoner. Why not? It's got a cool. Why not?
Let me describe it to you and make sure that it is what you want first. The summoner is a 70-ton heavy class Omnimech, primarily manufactured by Clan Jade Falcon. It is relatively well armored, and one of the major quirks of the chassis, aside from having jump jets hardwired into the mech so that every configuration of it jumps, is that the cockpit is off kilter. It is off on the right side of the mech, rather than being in the center like most traditional battle mechs.
And what kind of weapons are we dealing with on this thing?
That depends on the configuration. The primary configuration carries an ERPPC, an LBX-10, and an LRM-15 launcher system. There are multiple configurations that are traditionally used. For example, Johann Helmer, our former bondsman, from Clan Jade Falcon, has a modified version of the Charlie configuration that he requested I help him configure, which has an ultra autocannon, a 20 rated ultra autocannon, two medium pulse lasers, a Streak SRM-6 launcher system, and an extra ER small laser just for safe measure.
Now, the LBX-10, I believe you said, isn't that like equivalent to like a giant shotgun?
All LBX systems are the equivalent of mech-sized shotguns for all intents and purposes. Yes, the LBX's main advantage over the standard autocannon range, as found on most inner sphere mechs up until the reacquisition of the Helm memory core, is that it can switch between different ammunition types. You have your cluster, which is your typical spread shotgun, but it also has a slug variant, which fires more akin to a standard autocannon and will deal all of its damage into one location due to just being one large shell, rather than being a cluster of shard rounds, essentially.
Sounds badass. Yeah, I think that's probably the one that I'll go with. Then it's the summoner.
The summoner.
Yeah, with I think just the standard loadout. You said it's got a PPC and this LBX.
Yes, I will inform you though that the disadvantage of the summoner is that it will overall do a little bit less damage consistently than you are used to with your Warhammer. Your Warhammer, to put it simply, hits like a truck. 2 ERPPCs is a devastating amount of damage to bring to bear. 1, obviously, is half of that. An LBX-10 is even less. And there's also the unfortunate fact that it has significantly less range. That being said, one of the advantages of the Summoner Prime is that it is heat neutral, meaning that you can activate your jump jets and fire off all of your weapons and not have to worry about heat buildup, which I know was a problem with your Warhammer. It is also slightly less well armored than you would be used to with your Warhammer. So you would be compelled to use the increased agility and maneuverability that you would get with the Summoner chassis.
Right.
If you want something similar that is still an assault class, then I might recommend the Executioner. It is a 95-ton assault mech that moves 65 kilometers per hour, the same basic speed as your Warhammer. However, not only does it have jump jets, it also has mask, allowing you to have bursts of speed up to the 86 kilometers an hour of the majority of our mechs in our command star. It is also significantly better armored.
Out of character note, you can't use both mask and jump jets at the same turn. We kind of ruled on that a while ago, just so that you know. So basically, at all times, whether you're jumping or moving, you're essentially movement free.
Heard. Well, hell. Now you've got me sold on that one. Well,
The
I'm
primary
gonna flip a coin, and whichever one I decide, it's gonna be decided that way.
I will make it easier for you. You are already an assault class pilot. We will just have you bun up on the executioner.
That's what the coin flip said too, so I'm inclined to go with you.
Well, there we go. Now, just to inform you, the primary configuration of the executioner comes with a Gauss rifle, 2 AR large lasers, and a pair of machine guns for anti-personnel. There are multiple configurations. I would recommend doing your research and seeing what configurations we have on file tickle your fancy, as it were.
All right.
If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I am willing to help out when it comes to modifying and improving upon your setup.
Heard. I appreciate it.
Of course.
And I think with that, Cletus will get up and part ways with Kirka, and just I guess he's going to go head off and start researching the new mech that he's going to be rolling around in.
And then in the back end, Kirka would just push the paperwork through to ensure that an executioner is put on standby for him, as well as send a message to the training cadre with Cletus CC'd on it, saying that he is going to begin daily training for the duration of his shift in familiarization with the executioner.
Now, out of character question: is the executioner in the book?
It is. Page 230, it's the top mech.
Heard. Okay. Thank you, guys.
Yep, not a problem. Also, I have the Clan Invasion TRO book, so I can, at some point in time, list off like what comes in what configuration. If you're having a hard time finding it.
All right.
Okay. Esme, what does your average day look like? So you're just in space. You're not going down to a planet.
Yeah.
Thanks,
yeah.
big way ahead of me.
I guess out of character, I don't really know where she like falls in the ranks for like responsibilities and things.
She has basically no command responsibility.
Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah, as far as I know,
so.
you're just ranked warrior, so.
Okay. All right, yeah. I guess I'm mostly just kind of like been kind of on standby then. And keeping myself occupied, and also my skill is sharp by just being in simulators a lot.
Okay, so just like
Yeah.
average training and stuff like that.
Yeah, kind of thing.
Alrighty, so it's about, I'll say, 2 p.m. like standard time, so it's like just after lunch. And as you're all going about your day,
Oh, thank you for the lurky.
suddenly
thank you.
the ship,
Also good to see you.
like all the lights on the ship, go
Bring
out
up and yeah.
simultaneously.
Hold on. Oh.
It doesn't look like it's affecting the computer systems though, because everything like everything else seems to be running fine, but the lights have just died.
First things first, I'm going to reach out to engineering and ask what's happening.
The response you get back is a confused one because they're not 100% sure either. Everything looks like it should be working from their end. Like all their computer screens are showing that everything should be working fine, but it obviously not.
I would recommend that they that they cycle the generator responsible for the lights and see if that happens to do anything.
Okay, yeah, they let you know that it's going to be a hot minute, essentially, because it's going to take time for the full cycle to happen.
Yep.
What else are you doing?
Shoot out a quick message to everyone on the ship stating that engineering is already looking into the lights. No other systems seem to be affected. Do what you can. Just try not to worry about it for the time being. If there's any updates, I'll pass them along.
Alrighty. Anybody else doing anything?
Probably just waiting it out.
I would probably get like my shotgun ready. You never know what's going to happen out here in the void of space. I know it could just be a power surge, but it could also be a lot more than that.
Alrighty. Esme, where would you be at 2 o'clock?
2 o'clock?
Yeah.
I guess I'll just say I was in the simulators then, because I probably got affected by that. It's like after lunch and all that.
Yeah, so like basically, I'm picturing like you're getting out of a sim to kind of take a break for a moment as the lights are going out. You hear a skittering sound. Like something small scurrying about.
Okay. I have do like a investigation or something. I can't find my stuff.
We're professionals here.
Yeah. I was trying to get everything going on the fly, and I didn't get open up those.
That's fine.
Yeah, I want to do like a investigation or something. I don't know where was that? Let's see,
Let me see if I have a spare copy of your sheet.
No, I opened it. I just I think I have to look at the other notes that I made for that or perception, because I don't have it listed.
I mean, yeah, if you want to roll perception, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just do that because I can find that. So, is that also another 2?
It'll be 2d6 plus your skill.
2d6. Okay. Also, I guess I'm not. Somehow I got like kicked out of the game and I can't get back in. I'm like connected again, but I'm not actually in the room. Or am I just not clicked into the right? I don't know.
Try leaving and then joining again.
Okay. Make sure I have the right code.
That might help.
Yeah, it's the right one. Yeah, I can see everybody, but I'm just not. I don't see like the other.
That's okay. Kirka doesn't seem to be
There.
in the lobby either.
Okay, and now I'm in. I think. Yeah. Okay, it's loaded. All right.
Yeah.
Game room
Okay,
not
okay.
found. Huh, okay.
Yeah, I
Weird.
don't know. It's very odd.
49x0. Let me try this again. Oh, I just killed the entire game.
Oh
Let's not do
no.
that.
Okay, so 2d6 and then this. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
9.
Like, were you trying to kind of like, what was your aim?
I guess I'm trying to figure out where it's coming from.
Where
like,
it's coming from?
Yeah.
So that one's easy.
Okay.
It kind of sounds like it's coming from the other side of the wall.
Okay.
Like, or rather, the other side of like where you expect the wall to start.
Okay. What I mean, I guess with the layout of everything, would I know if there's a room on that other side or if it's just a wall?
As far as you know, there's not a room.
Okay. I guess I'll go see if there's a room around the other side.
I mean, like there, like you can find a next door room, but they're not like the walls are like the bulkhead walls are just kind of a little thick between. Like there's there's a little bit of space.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Like you figure like if you were to take the time to like math it out, you figure there's probably a good like 3-4 feet kind of between each of the rooms. They're not like packed
Oh,
right
okay.
in
Okay.
close to one another.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. So and you notice actually when you kind of left and walked around and kind of came into this room, which is essentially just a storage room, by the way. You can't hear the skittering sound anymore.
Okay. Hmm. I guess is there's probably stuff in this room and like I don't know, boxes since it's a storage room.
Yeah, there's crates.
Okay.
It looks mainly just like general like consumables. There's nothing really spectacular.
Okay. Does it look like anything's been messed with? Like anything's tried to get into any of the crates?
Not that you can tell.
Okay.
Like you'd have to like if you wanted to take like a good close look, you'd have to like start moving boxes around and stuff like that.
Okay.
But like from like the looking at the surface of things, you can't as far as you can tell, nothing has been like gotten into.
Okay. Can I go up to are there crates against the wall that I heard the sounds from?
There are some, yeah.
Because like yeah, I don't know if I can get up against the wall or like look behind those specific crates.
Like a lot of the crates are like flush up against the wall type deal. Like you can move some.
Mm-hmm.
And like you move one out and you don't see, and like as far as you can tell after moving like a couple of them out, you don't see like any sort of like rodent trails.
Okay. I guess I want to put my ear against the wall and see if I can hear anything else.
So you hear the faint hum of like machinery. You figure that's probably coming from like the ship itself. Other than that, nothing much really. Maybe the occasional like plank, um, or like a couple of planks from like somebody doing some work somewhere, in one of the crawl spaces.
Okay, okay. Hmm. Alright, I think in that case then, and since it kind of correlated with the light flickering and stuff, I'll go and see if I can find Deanna or Kirka and tell them about it.
Alrighty, which one would you like to go find? It is up to you. You have the steering wheel.
Okay. I'll see if I can find Kirka.
Alright, yeah, it takes a little bit longer than usual because, well, it's dark.
Mhm.
But yeah, you managed to find Kirka. I'm assuming Kirka would be probably in her office.
Yeah, she'd probably just be standing by in her office.
So yeah, you find Kirka in her office.
Oh yeah, hi. Are you busy?
Aside from waiting for an update from engineering, neg.
Okay, well I have something interesting that happened.
Okay.
It might have something to do with things. I was in the simulator right at the end. I was getting out right as the lights flickered, and I heard some scurrying happening. Seemed to be coming from the wall.
Scurrying in the walls. You say.
Yeah, scurrying in the walls. I went around the other side, and there wasn't any sign of anything, so it seems to be something with the walls.
I would actually like to do a leadership role, and hear me out. The reason I say that, or tactics, is because I feel like it would be relevant information for commanding officers to know whether or not there is some sort of critter that has a tendency to get into dropship bulkheads and start messing with the wiring.
Okay, so I am not going to make you roll on that one. What I am going to say is I'm pretty sure Kirka would probably know that, like, there have been plenty of times where small critters have been known to get in various ways onto ships. Like, Kirka has actually even seen it before when like, during the time that she's been a warrior with the Iron Badgers. Occasionally, like, people coming back from a resource run will either accidentally or even on purpose thinking, hey, I want this as a pet, bring some sort of animal on board, and it, like, gets loose.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay. That is actually tremendously helpful. Did you happen to hear it going in any sort of particular direction before you left the sim bay to come discuss this with me?
I did not catch that, unfortunately. It got too quiet too quickly.
I see. Okay. She will just right there, just activate a voice message, get a voice call over to engineering.
Okay.
And simply state, one of the personnel has reported scurrying in the walls near the simulator bay. Run a diagnostic to make sure that none of the wires have been disconnected or severed in some way, shape, or form. I think we have something chewing on the wires, and that's what caused the outage. I will send security to do a sweep of the ship and see if there's anything they can find.
Aft Star Captain.
And then she'll make another call to security.
Okay.
And say and relay the same basic information. Just received a report that there was some scurrying heard within the bulkheads within the vicinity of the simulator pod room. I would like for you to dispatch a team to do a bio sweep of the ship, focusing on the bulkheads, and see if we have any unwanted guests chewing on some wires in the walls.
Aft Star Captain. It's gonna take a little bit. You know how big this ship is, right?
I understand. I didn't say it had to be done immediately. Or rather, that it had to be completed immediately.
And yeah, so you make your calls.
Mm-hmm. And then send another message. Small update. Keep your ears open for sounds of scurrying or skittering within the walls. If you hear any such sounds, call security immediately, relay them your precise location, and they should come running.
Alrighty. Deanna or Cletus? You two hear
What?
this message.
Well, hmm.
Could I please
Can I
get a
amend-
repeat of the message? Miss Popper was acting up.
If you hear noises in the walls, contact security.
Ah, okay.
Yep.
Hmm. So how does a perception check
Self-watch.
work again? I don't think I've ever
That'd be
made a
fun.
perception check, to be fair.
Well, that would be
Generally,
perception.
that's
That
one
would
of
be
those things
fun.
that, like, you say that you're looking for something for it, and then I will ask you to do it. But all skill checks within the system are 2d6 plus your skill modifier.
Right. Okay, so I don't have perception as a skill. Okay.
You can still, like, if you don't have it as a trained skill, you can still do it. It's just your modifier is equal to the requisite ability, which for perception, I believe it's intelligence.
Oof.
Yep.
Okay, well, I guess I'm gonna try to put my ear to the wall
Oh,
and
I was
see if I
muted.
hear
Hello,
anything
hi, everyone.
rustling
Hi,
about.
Saki
or
boy. Hello,
anything
how
like
are you?
that.
Alrighty. You know what? I'll give you a +1 for this because, like, you were a farm boy. So I'm
Alright.
pretty sure you've probably encountered critters getting where they're not supposed to, and you've probably had to hunt them down in the past.
All right, so that's going to bring us up to a whopping 2d6 plus 2. So there's my roll. I got an 11.
Okay. So you faintly hear something that almost, like, you think it's something scurrying around, but it sounds like closer towards the middle of the ship from where you are. Like, you're out towards the the hull type deal. This is like coming from deeper in the ship type.
Heard. Well, I guess I'll relay that information to security that I'm picking up reverberations of the creature traveling from deeper within the ship, and then I'm gonna make my way to Kirka, I guess, and I'll pass it off there, and I'll reconvene with you when we're all together.
Alrighty. Deanna.
Yeah, she'll she'll keep her ears open, but isn't going to go specifically looking because that's that's security's job. She's not exactly an exterminator.
Technically,
Well,
neither are they.
an exterminator of exterminator of rodents, at least.
Alrighty, so yeah, you all end up in Kirka's office. We're not sure where Runa is. She's off somewhere in the ship. About an hour goes past, and you still haven't heard anything. Kirka,
Yeah.
please give me a perception check.
Okie dokie. That's going to be a 2d6 plus another 6. 14.
Alrighty. Yeah, so you feel something fuzzy rub up. Well, you feel a weight rub up against your leg. I'm assuming you're wearing pants. So you wouldn't really tell. But
That is a bold assumption.
well, are you wearing pants?
She wears shorts.
Okay, so that's fair. That's fair. I should have asked.
Yeah,
So,
she,
yeah.
She hates her uniform and will only wear it on official occasions. Otherwise, she is in her usual, like, almost Daisy Duke cutoff shorts, some sort of crop top, and her leather jacket with her command pins.
Alrighty, yeah, so in that case, you do indeed feel something furry brush up against your leg.
She would immediately shriek, kick whatever it was, and
The scene is set. Open roleplay commence.
okay. Something's got my leg. So, can someone get a light under the desk, please? Jesus.
Yeah, I'll shine a flashlight down there for you.
Yeah, you don't see anything. I will say that when you kicked out Kirka, you didn't feel any like weight against your kick. Like it had
Master
gotten out of the
1201
way
thought it was wise to use
before you
500
had-
points on Yeet.
Wow. Hi, Mac.
And
Also, how's the hi,
fuck, now
Storm?
how
are
do
you
I
doing?
describe
Hi.
this?
You're both doing well.
Have you ever held a ferret?
You're doing good. That's
No.
good. I'm doing very good too.
Fuck.
I have held a rat, though.
It's not
Are
the
you-
same.
Are you telling me we have wall weasels?
Wall weasel.
Well, I'm not telling you that, but it's the closest thing I could describe the feeling is it was furry, it felt
TTR.
muscular.
Yeah, it's Mechwarrior Destiny. Yeah.
It didn't feel any more than like the where the weight and like fur was didn't feel any bigger than like pardon me 3-4 inches, and it was like right close to the floor. Like it was like it was like your ankle that you felt it.
Just
Okay,
you
I guess
putting
it would be
muscular
important.
in there makes
I
me
guess it-
giggle on grounds of ROUB, rodents of unusual beef.
Let's see. One of these fucking things coming at me. I guess it'd be important to specify that Kirka does wear boots, so I guess I wouldn't have felt the furriness, but
Okay, yeah. So like you would have felt the weight, like
Mm.
the pressure rather.
yeah.
Of it going past.
Oh.
But yeah, it's
Small. Okay, small, annoying little shit. Got it.
I go to sleep. So I was watching. Oh, I see. Did you get some
Okay,
sleep?
so-
What if it's
I hope you got some sleep.
Not under the desk. Check the walls. Check along the sides of the walls.
Back to
Luckily,
walls,
she
okay.
doesn't have a whole lot in her office. There's like a bookshelf, but for the most part, it's relatively barren. She doesn't have a lot of decorations in there. Just like
Oh, you
a
didn't
little,
get any-
just like a
Oh,
shelf
I'm sorry. Oh no.
of documents
hope
and a
you're able
couple
to
of awards. Nothing too
soon.
crazy, but
Oh.
otherwise it's pretty barren. So the walls, for the most part, are unobstructed by shelves or furniture or things like that. Her desk is near the back of the room, and a little bit far enough away from the bulkhead that she can kind of like scoot back and lean if she wanted, because sitting straight is for straight people, and she's not one of those.
sitting straight is for nerds and not the good kind.
Exactly.
Okay. So you look around a little bit and you can't seem to find it. However, after like moving a couple of things around, you do see where it may have gotten out, as there is an air grate towards the floor. Basically like an air intake grate.
ventilation vermin?
Mhm.
Of course they'd be in the air. Of course they'd be in the grates.
Can I like shine my light down this grate and see if like there's any like, usually there's like dust and stuff and like floor vents. Is there any like tiny little footprints or anything in there?
Animal handling.
I actually have that as a skill.
Oh, yeah.
so-
Oh my god.
I would like you to roll that for me then.
All right. All right. All right. There you go. I got a 10, which is not great, but
It's not the greatest. Like you're looking around and you can see that this isn't like there are some critter tracks.
May I
Though you-
politely, sorry to interject, may I politely remind you that you can burn edge on skill checks as well if you wanted to do something with
Oh.
that one.
Hmm.
like, is it worth it?
2
You
hour
guys
nap.
think?
You just re-roll the one.
Oh, I
Yes.
see.
I think it'd
Alright,
be very
well.
worth it.
I'm gonna do that.
Oh,
so
I
just
see, I
re-roll
see,
one
okay.
d6 then.
At least you got a little
Mhm.
bit.
Oh, Oakley.
And
There
then
we
that's
go.
a 4, so that would
Yeah.
be
13.
a little bit
All right.
better.
So yeah, like you do see some tracks. The thing you notice though, is this isn't necessarily it almost looks like whatever it was had been here a couple of times.
There's a path.
It's the critter has been here a few times, and you can tell with the improvement of your role that it is indeed something related to like a weasel or a ferret, something in that
Oh
kinda-
no.
species of, well, I should say
Wait.
genus of animal.
Aren't
Class.
badgers mustelids? Aren't they like? Aren't
Yes,
badgers,
badgers
kind
are
of
also
weasel?
mustelids. I was just about to say that's really funny.
It's a wall badger.
Except probably nowhere near that big. If it's like 3 or 4 inch, like
Well, it's a baby.
Yeah, it's a baby one. Yeah.
baby's wandering really fucking far from the nest.
Yeah, dude. He's hungry. Well, I guess I'll tell you guys that I've determined that it's some type of weasel-esque creature. And I have no idea what to do with that information, y'all. Like, I don't know what we're gonna do with that. Like,
Well,
you know, I don't have a weasel trap.
You're not the weasel whisperer.
No, I'm not.
weasels, huh? And they're in the vents.
At least it's not an alien of some horrible form or another.
It's true.
Please don't. Please.
Here, I thought the mongoose were absorbed centuries ago.
Plan humor at a time like this.
Oh.
It is not like I can fit in the vent to chase them.
This is true. None of us can.
Wait, can anybody like reach in there? Like,
I mean, you can reach your arm in there. I don't know whether or not it would be a good idea.
you know, and I probably have the longest, skinniest arm here because I think I'm like 6'11" or something. So I'm gonna reach my arm down into the vent and feel around, I guess.
Oakley dokley.
Are you trying to get bit?
Yeah, I am. It's seeming like it.
Oh wow.
Okay.
You reach your arm into the vent, and you feel around a bit, and you can feel something with your fingertips, and you pull it back. And I'm assuming somebody else is like holding the flashlight to kind of illuminate
Yeah,
the
that
area.
you can do.
And Kirka, you notice a pen that you had lost like a week in Cletus. Other than that, yeah, there's nothing in the arm's reach of the front of the vent.
What's for that one?
Huh. Well, I guess I'll give the pen back.
Thank you. This is a nice pen. I was looking for this pen.
Nice.
Wait, hey, look at your pen. See if it's been like chewed on.
Oh yeah.
And
It has
has
not.
it? It has not.
It has not.
No.
Nope.
And I wouldn't have chewed on it.
Hmm.
I didn't have time to chew on it, otherwise I would have.
Please do not chew on my pens.
Would Samantha have chewed on it?
No.
No. As you both know her that well. Very nice.
No. Bold of you to assume this would even get close to Samantha's mouth.
Hey, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna yuck your two's yum. Whatever you're
It's a-
into, you're into.
It's a fancy pen. Imagine handing someone a 150 C-bill pen and it's just got like teeth marks on it.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Okay, so you have a little bit more information. It's in the vent. It is somehow related. It is weasel-like. Where would you like to go from there?
Well, it needs to eat. We could like bait it out of there, probably. If it's been here a few times, we could just like leave like a plate of raw bacon out or something. You know,
How do we know it likes raw bacon?
everything likes raw bacon.
I don't like
If
raw
it's a- if
bacon.
it- I know, but you're not a wild animal. Wild animals love raw bacon. It's nothing
Wow.
but pure fat.
Wow.
You know.
I'm
Well, unless
offended.
you want to be a
First,
wild animal.
I'm offended.
While this conversation's going on, Kirka's gonna shoot a quick message off to security telling them to narrow their search to the vents and to look for small life forms, no larger than a foot in length.
You get a message back, and it's you don't recognize the voice, but you know it's one of the security team.
Mhm.
So I think we found its nest. Whatever it is, it did a number on the wires. We have somebody from engineering here trying to fix the problem, but they're not sure how long it's gonna take. So that means it might be harder to find this thing because we may have scared it.
Hmm.
We just came across at least one in the command office. I would not be surprised if this is something that we have to deal with for a while.
There might be more than one. If there's like a nest,
Mhm.
there might be
My thought,
like
my,
an
my thoughts
infestation.
exactly. My thoughts exactly.
Yeah, it could be a baby.
Hmm.
Do what you can. I understand that the timetable on these things is fluid. Get it done when you are able.
Star Captain.
A thought just occurs to Kirka. Was there any place? What are the places that we had been to in the previous jumps? Well, before all this started happening. Ideally within the past, like jump before last, I think.
Jump before last would have been Great Axe, because it would have been Great Axe that you'd stopped at. Then you did one jump, and now I think, I think Great Axe is 2 jumps away from Arc Royale.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. So now you're on essentially the last leg to Arc Royale.
Okay. Yeah, let's see. Animal life forms, breathable atmosphere, lots of forests. The capital is Spot. I know that Kirka sent the medical personnel to take care of some things down on the surface. Would anyone else have gone down during that point? Actually,
I was about to say, I don't know. Would
I don't know. Would they
anyone
have?
else?
I don't know. That's a question for me. She's having a thought. She's gonna send a message to the kitchen staff because we always need fresh food.
Yeah.
Which of the kitchen personnel made their way down to the surface on Great X?
The response you would get back would be like, it wasn't like the head chef, as it were. It was essentially one of the people directly under him, and then a couple of the like scullery help type deal. Like some of the people mainly responsible for like dishwashing and cleanup, the apprentices, as it were.
She would request that they be sent to her office.
Oh, okay. And yeah, it takes a little bit. thankfully, by the time they all end up getting to the command office, the power, the lights are restored.
Yeah. Thank you, the lights. Before they get there, she'd send a quick message to the security team. Tell the engineer they did a good job. The lights seem to be restored.
Yeah, you get a quick app as a response.
Uh-huh. And then who comes to the door? And I'm actually going to suggest that if someone else wants to play one of these kitchen workers, that they be given an opportunity to do so.
I am 100% down for that. Yeah, so essentially 4 people kind of filter in. I said it was one of the essentially sous chefs, and then I'll say 3 of the like apprentice / help.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I will make this as simple as possible. I just have some questions. None of you are in trouble, and you will not be in trouble as long as you are simple and cooperative, okay? First, you all went down to Great X. What all did you bring up from the surface?
One of the well, actually the sous chef pipes up. Just food, Star Captain.
Nothing. Give me some specifics. Produce. Was it a lot of produce? Did you go to the butchery? Did you go to a granary?
He pulls out a data pad from like basically his back pocket and starts going through it. Well, there was 20 kilos of grain. A kilo of vegetables because we were running low on that. Oh yeah, there was a bunch of soap that we had to buy. And I think there was about 20 kilos of fresh meat. Bring our stocks back up to where they needed to be.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay, nothing too wild or crazy. And did you happen to make any other stops aside from just those? Didn't I presume you had it all day, so I presume you all went and like got lunch or something like that. Did you happen to do any? Did anyone happen to want to do any sort of personal shopping while you were given free reign?
At this point, he kind of looks back to the apprentices. Anybody wants to take the reign of apprentice?
I'll do it.
Perfect.
All right. So feel free to ask me any question. You know,
The question's
I'll
already
tell-
been asked.
repeat it, please.
Did anyone do any personal shopping while they were on the surface of Great X?
I did a little personal shopping, but more for like the greater good. I went and I bought some specialty spices to throw in. You know, they came in a wooden crate, just in jars. You know.
So kitchen stuff.
Yes, more kitchen stuff, but
I mean more like leisure shopping. More.
ah,
You had the opportunity to hit up a couple of the markets or go to a store and get something nice for yourself with some of the money that you have been paid. Things like that.
Well,
We got another one.
One of the others rolls her eyes when the first asks for a repeat of the question, but then when the opportunity comes, nods and notes to F. I went and got some off-duty clothing.
Okay. I guess I'll be more specific. We obviously have picked up some unwanted. We seem to have picked up some unwanted guests, some stowaways aboard the ship. I ask you guys first because you're the ones that went down on the surface. A couple weeks ago, evidence shows that whatever is scurrying around on our walls, chewing out our lights, has been around for a little while. I just wanted to make sure that either it's possible that you accidentally brought some up with you, probably from the granary, or if one of you happened to make a little trip to a pet store and try to get yourself a little pet. You're not in trouble. I just want to know.
So yeah, it doesn't seem at this point like the kitchen staff know the origin of the critter as yet.
Okay. Fair enough. Most of the time, these sorts of things find their way onto the ship. Find their way onto the ship through the kitchen. So I figured I would ask all of you first. Keep your eyes open for any sort of critter tracks or paths in the vents. Do what you need to do to make sure that it remains a non-problem for you all. That's all I really ask. No other questions, comments, observations about this topic? Y'all are free to go back to the kitchen, I guess.
We got supper's gonna be a pain today.
It is. I am sorry.
Alrighty.
Next would be so it didn't come from the kitchen. Was there any
I have a question.
Yeah.
If it's like, it's nesting in wires and stuff, right? We could like check in like the mech bay areas, for like wiring damage and stuff like that on like our personal mechs or any of the other mechs on the ship, or any like anything like that. And if there is damage in those areas, I mean, we could always check the security feed, because I'm sure that the ventilation is not directly connected to like a mech, chassis. It would have to cross like the floor in some type of way, or we could check like repair records in that. Yeah, I have no idea. I've never dealt with space vermin. I've only dealt with planetary vermin.
That is not a bad idea. Any security cameras that we would have in there would probably not be able to spot something that small, and they are not in every small corner where these little guys like to do their thing, unfortunately.
True.
It is not a bad idea, just unfortunately would probably be a waste of our time. We already found their nest, so I guess now we just need to find them. I do not want to have to exterminate them. I would rather, but honestly,
The alternative is trapping.
the alternative is
Yeah, I
trapping.
trapped them.
Okay,
It's worth a shot.
Yeah.
it would probably be more successful than trying to hunt them down room by room and vent by vent.
Seeing as how I'm like the farm boy, I could try to like make a trap or something.
We have
I'm sure you could.
What kind of check would that be like? Would that be another animal handling or?
My gut instinct would say survival.
Yeah, I was thinking
Yeah.
either survival or animal handling could work.
I don't have survival, so it could be animal handling.
Okay.
So,
You'll need basically a higher roll to get the same result, but yeah, it'll be doable.
All right. 12.
Yeah, okay. You successfully put together like a box trap with what are you gonna try and bait it with?
Raw bacon, like I said earlier. It real life works for like mice and rats. Like if you have mice or rats, you put out raw bacon, they will come to it. So
Peanut butter works as well.
this is also true.
Yep, smelly and salty.
But yeah, okay. You successfully get your trap together. And so where are you putting this? Is going to be my next question.
Well, you told me that the vent in Kirka's office had like pretty regular like signs of regular traffic through there.
Yeah.
So I want to try to put it like right just there, like near the vent. You know what I mean? He already comes through there. He'll smell it eventually coming through there. So probably right there near the ventilation duct in Kirka's office. You know, I might like try to like push something in front of it, like a chair or something, to make it seem like it's like a hidden little alcove for him to hide in. You know.
Kirka would also probably have some of the staff come to you and have you walk them through how to make the traps, so y'all could just kind of make a few and just have them scattered throughout different high traffic areas around the ship.
Heard. Yeah, I could definitely do that. It didn't take very long, so after we get the initial trap set up in your office, I'll go show the dudes what's what.
Alrighty. Kirka, give me a leadership.
Okay. Doo-doo.
Okay. Alrighty. Yeah, so, a bunch of traps get, set up. Somebody roll me 2d6. Straight 2d6.
Yep.
Wow. That was a roll.
Uneventful.
Okay.
It almost makes it funnier if there aren't very many, to be honest. If that's what you're rolling for.
One more 2d6.
I'll let someone else do it, because that was...
How about that?
Oh, okay.
Okay. Alrighty. So about 2 hours go by. Now, are you all just kind of chilling out in the command office for this whole time, or what?
I would rather
what
they
all you
didn't.
up to?
I would rather they didn't. I'm sure there's still things that they need to be doing as part of the regular duties. It is
Power's
my
back on. Deanna can get back to work.
yeah. It is still work hours, and Kirka's office is not It's not a coffee shop. It's not a cafe. It's not a cool hip place to hang out.
Okay, so a couple hours go by, and Kirka, you hear a large slam come from behind you.
I would just about jump out of my chair until I remembered that there is a trap. But yeah, obviously turn around and look at it and see what we got.
In said trap is a very small adolescent badger. It almost looks like a like it descended from like European badger.
Oh.
So like the black with the like the white on the side of the head. Yeah.
Oh, hey, little guy. How did you get in here?
It looks frightened. It is in a trap, and the trap's ringing was loud.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. She knows better than to reach in there. She handled badger. I don't know if I mentioned it, but one of the experiences that Kiriko got to experience while she was in Sibco was they actually found a. I don't remember if it was one or like a small handful of abandoned badger kits. So her Sibco actually raised badgers. So she's a little familiar with them.
I think that came up in a thread somewhere. Do you ever remember that?
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. So she knows better than to reach her hand in and, do anything with a scared badger that's gonna bite her. But she is gonna look at it and just be like, well, shit. We can't, I almost can't bring myself to do anything bad to them. She would actually, after a moment of consideration, she's going to put out an all message with an update. Take a picture of it. It seems that our uninvited guests are some species of badger. Do not harm them in any way, shape, or form if you can help it. Once they are in their cages, we gather them up and we will figure out what to do with them. We may simply keep them aboard the ship.
Actually, about 5 minutes later, when she just gets a text message from Deanna remarking about how apparently her totem has found her.
For the second time in my life, she would send back.
I mean, we're obviously keeping this thing, right?
Yes, we're keeping all of them. we have badgers. We have badgers.
Oh,
We are badgers. Badgers have badgers.
The mascot.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But then the question becomes, what the hell do we do with them?
We gotta make them a space.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, like she's just running through all the options in her head, and she's just like, "Fuck, how do you keep badgers aboard a jump ship?"
Why is on here? How are you doing? Welcome, mushroom.
I mean,
Very
the same way
carefully.
Very careful.
The same way you keep anything else. Feed them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We go is just going to be like a massive ecological disaster. We're going to introduce badgers to like countless alien worlds they've never been to, and we're just going to cripple the ecosystem permanently.
To be fair, that wouldn't be the first time that happened in the BattleTech universe. Considering people brought like a lot of animals with them as they moved to different planets, which is one of the reasons why I think one of the reasons why you can find like wolves on the clan homeworld.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, a lot. Pretty much all of the clan totems were made from animals that were brought from Terra and then genetically modified to deal with whatever wildlife happened to be a pain in the ass for them. And it worked too well. The only exception to that is the Ice Hellion, which was already present on... I don't remember. Iris, I think it was.
I believe the Sea Fox was also native.
So it went down so good. Like,
Pretty
I
sure,
got
yeah.
3 a.m. Oh, wow. Yeah, I see. Oh.
Yeah, it is native to Storamechti.
But yeah, humans in the BattleTech universe are the leading cause of invasive species.
Hell yeah.
I see.
Let's see. Oh, I'm sorry. The Burrock was native, even though it's just a giant burrowing centipede.
Clan Burrock, because somebody at FASA watched Tremors too recently.
Pretty much.
For its time and the fact that like they leaned into the camp, those were great.
Yeah,
Oh, and
Tremors is
And
great.
then the Nova Cat. Okay, so 3 of them.
Hmm.
The rest were modified.
Hmm.
Actually, no, 4. The Ghost Bear.
Oh.
And the wolf wasn't modified, it just adapted really, really well. But
Yeah.
it was Terran.
Mm-hmm. Same with the Coyote.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Coyotes are bastards.
Yeah, they are.
Mm-hmm.
Mine was singing and just ran off a minute ago. I'm pretty sure the dog across the street's in his yard. I mean,
Didn't
these two
appreciate the
idiots,
show.
I have a house wolf and a house coyote.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I guess time goes on, she'll probably run through the schematics of the ship and see if there's any large, relatively unutilized spaces within the ship, like like an unused bulkhead or something like that. And seeing that there is one, she would probably order it to be reinforced in order to prevent them from like getting back into the vents or getting into the walls or anything like that. You know, battening down the hatches, putting an extra grate over the air vents, things like that. And throw in a bunch of like spare blankets, because I'm sure there's plenty of blankets running around. And after they get a cursory look through by the med team in order to make sure that they're good to go, because there's probably at least one veterinarian trained amongst them, and the rest can probably, you know, do a little bit of something or other to just be like, okay, are they sick? Do they have any pathogens? No? Okay, let's wash them and be done with it, sort of thing. And yeah, I guess get them released into this like unused compartment within the ship, and now we just have like ship badgers.
So
whatever poor bastard has to bathe a scared badger.
Well, I think we're going to tranquilize them first. They're not going to be fully lucid and ready to do their badger stuff.
Their badger stuff.
Yeah, let's not just have fully awake, frightened, angry, muscular balls of claws and teeth just running amok while we're trying to get a bath. That sounds like a bad idea.
Yeah.
No, please tranquilize them first.
So yeah, after a while, like it basically kind of takes up until like you all get to Arc Royale. Before you find all of them, it turns out there were 3.
Oh.
Yay.
And a little bit of further investigation done by the kitchen staff. It does turn out that it was actually one of the boxes of meat. Like it, because there was like packaged into smaller boxes and then put in a crate. So it was the crate that the badgers had found their way in.
It was the raw bacon.
I guess so.
What little stinkers. Oh yeah, also I should specify this while I'm thinking of it so that we don't have this again. They get radio tagged so that if they do manage to get out, we can track them.
That tracks.
But, you know,
I see what you
microchipped.
did there.
Yeah.
And then I guess a fun little contest arises where they get to name the badgers.
Yeah, we gotta get names for them.
Bunch of challenges spring up.
That is a stupid name I am issuing a patrol.
Yeah.
I declare a trial of refusal for that stupid name. Oh my god. It's perfect, but it's also so terrible.
To be fair, that's something that I could see like the actual plans happening in the actual plans too.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. I am positive.
About 170%.
Yeah.
That name is dumb.
I can only imagine someone trying to name something like one of them like Turkey or something like that. Or some manner of name just to get under Helmer's skin, and he just challenges them right then and there.
Yeah, I could. When Hack did the low gruff voice, the first thing that came to my mind was Helmer getting strangely invested in this process.
Honestly, yeah. It would be. It's weirdly enough, it's not outside of his character.
Yeah,
He does.
yeah.
He does have a soft spot.
Take him seriously.
He does have a soft spot.
Okay, it's canon. He gets way too invested.
He gets way too invested. Neg, I
Alrighty.
will not allow you to name these badgers Larry, Curly, and Moe after the Terran comedians. I can see it. Anyway.
Why not Biff, Bart, and Bill?
What about Ed, and Eddie?
Hey, also
No.
would work for me.
Figured
You're
somebody
talking
would
about-
get the reference.
You're talking
of
about
course.
my childhood right there, dude. I was like little.
Yeah, I could just see a fist fight breaking out over Alexander, Nicholas, and Andrew.
Oh no!
Yeah, I could see that ruffling a few feathers.
Yeah, I could see that coming to blows.
Yeah.
Alrighty, I think that is a good stopping point for this slightly irreverent episode.
Cute.
All
It was a
right.
nice little filler.
Yeah.
I actually enjoyed it a lot. So
But we've been having a lot of like higher stakes episodes happening, so something nice and light is fine. And I figured if I did like a shore leave episode, that might, you know, bring back a little bit of trauma.
right.
The first episode, or like the first session, was shore leave, and it turned into a lot of fighting. And yeah, people
Yeah.
from Kirka's past came in. And
Yeah.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
it started with a team building exercise. We
Yep.
got in one bar fight and then murdered a bunch of dudes that murdered Kirka's parents.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And thereby robbed her of her comeuppance pretty much immediately.
Hell yeah.
Maybe not. There's still a chance.
I mean, sure, but still.
Oh, that's
What-
okay.
It
What
was,
I want.
it was a really important moment for her, though, because that was like the first time where, like, it almost immediately, as part of the arc, kind of sank in. It's like, oh, maybe revenge is not actually a good thing because this was really empty. So it had its own so it had its own benefit.
Oh, that's okay. For what I originally had planned, I wanted everybody here for it, but since Mike had work, I couldn't really do it because, like, you guys have kind of made an enemy that's
And enemy.
going to be powerful.
Oh.
Well, I was thinking in this section of space.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you gotta also remember. Let me pull the map back up from, I guess, 3057. That's the closest. Yeah, the Steel Vipers are right there. People forget about them, but they're actually they're arguably more dangerous than the Jade Falcons.
Yep. And well, there's also the fact that the Blakists have been seen, and they're kind of at this point, at least the precursor to the Word of Blake is active in this section, in this region of space as well.
Yeah, the Blakists are ascendant right now.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I'm pretty sure by this point in the timeline, what the fuck is it called? I forget the name of it. Operation something or other.
Yeah, the schism was 3052.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then the Word of Blake was basically the Word of Blake militia for a while after that, for a few years, and then it was either 3056 or 3057 that they like just kind of went, you know what, we're not going to hide what we are anymore, and started being dickheads.
Yeah, it was right around this time. Planning to recapture Terra started in 3057, and then Operation Odysseus, where they actually did capture Terra, happened in 3058. So we get the Refusal War, and then we get the Blakists, and then we get Operation Bulldog. Hooray!
Yep.
Oh God, could you imagine the shit show of them going with Serpent instead?
Oh my god. And then coming back for the fucking Vietcong Civil War.
Well, not just that, but like fucking Wolverines helping smoke the Jags, the fact that Serpent encounters the voice of Kerensky.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would be a whole fucking thing.
That would be multiple whole fucking things.
That would be a lot of whole fucking things. It's a whole fucking thing of whole fucking things.
Yeah, interesting times are coming.
I almost wonder. let me Operation Serpent. See who all was involved in that composition.
I
Ardani
believe the
Light
Kells
Horse.
participate.
I know they participated in Bulldog, but I'm not actually seeing them in composition for Serpent. Eridani Light Horse, Northwind Highlanders, Cuthiel Ulhan's St. Ives Lancers, Kingston's Legionnaires, Knights of the Inner Sphere, Lyran Guards, Comguards 2nd Division, 4th Drachms. 4 operatives of Nekakami, 1 agent of Rom, 2 teams of MI6, and 3 teams of Dest. But I know for a fact the Kellhounds were involved in Bulldog. They were probably too busy administering the defense cordon, because that was a thing during this time as well.
So you're saying that they would go, but would have to send a proxy in their place because they're too busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that would be a whole ass fucking thing. Oh, anyone have any good names for the Badgers?
No, I'm terrible at naming shit.
I can't think of anything right now.
Any commenters?
Is anybody watching right now? Well, nobody making comments about potential names for any of the Badgers, but it is we are definitely open for them.
Hannah, how about your chats?
I have one person that's mentioned Mushroom, and then one that would just be named Badger, and then the other one Snake.
Oh my fucking god.
Yeah.
That's worse than Larry, Curly, and Mo.
Yeah, that's what Solnir said. That's pretty great.
And Helmer doesn't even bother with the batch hall. That makes no sense.
Yeah. Aww.
I'm just asking because I figure it may as well. Like, I'll probably jot them down as part of the post session.
Yeah.
I just wanted to see if there's any like ideas floating around to bring in there. You know, I guess for fun.
That's fun. Yeah.
Alrighty. I think we are gonna call it here though.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's too much more we can do with this.
I think this has reached a pretty solid conclusion.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say 3 XP for the session.
Okay.
Free. Yeah.
Okay. Easy enough.
That brings me up to 9. Oh yeah, I might almost level up 1 skill.
Ooh. And Stig, you said next weekend you can't be here?
29th.
29th. Okay, so that's after.
Yes.
2 weeks from now.
2 weeks. Okay.
Yeah. Corporate Kalani is playing a metal festival nearby.
Oh no shit!
Oh fucking A, yeah. 100% justified. In fact, I'm fucking jealous.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's the week. That's the weekend Whitechapel's rolling through here. So
I actually have a Corpy Kalani shirt that I got when I was in high school, like I don't know, 12 or so years ago. It's like totally falling apart, but I still have the envelope because it was like we had them like shipped over through them, and like it has like his wife's handwriting and shit. It was mailed to us by like his wife or some shit like that.
Nice.
Over
Oh, that's
there.
fucking sweet.
I remember.
I,
Go ahead. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No,
I'm
no.
sorry.
I didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I've been listening to those guys for a long time, like since I was, probably a freshman or so, But yeah, I've never gotten to see them live. I just think they fucking rule. And to hear anybody else say anything about them is pretty rad, because I've only ever known one other guy that knew who they were in my entire life. So that's pretty rad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, that's
if they
just
don't do the polka, I'm gonna be upset.
Yeah, no doubt.
that's a name I hadn't heard in a while. I tried listening to Corporate Klein exactly once, and I hate to say it, it sounded like the most hinga-dinga-durgan sort of metal music I'd ever heard in my life. I was not into it, so I was just like, okay, I can appreciate if other people like this. I do not, and left it at that.
Yeah, it's pretty great. I love that shit. I'll have to try to find my shirt and take a picture of it. But yeah, it was good playing with you guys tonight. It was fun.
Yeah, this was a
So-
blast.
Yeah.
This was,
Oh, yeah.
this was
Yeah.
fun, and a nice, cute conclusion.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now we got
Very
a
cool.
mascot,
Yeah.
See, sometimes the sessions have happy endings.
This
Yeah.
was a nice, yeah, this was a nice happy ending.
Yeah.
They're not all, let's make Kirka's hair grayer.
Ah! It doesn't fucking end. To make matters even worse, it's starting to translate into real life.
Dang.
I didn't anticipate I figured there would be a little bit of bleed occurring just because she's based off of the younger version of me, but I didn't expect my hair to go gray as well.
I mean, how much of that is this game, and how much of that was Mecha Break the past couple of weeks?
How much of it is just my fucking life?
Ooh. Maybe I should do that tonight. I was thinking of playing some Skyrim because I've been watching a lot of stuff on YouTube, and Skyrim is such an easy game to break.
Oh, and I can tell you about breaking Skyrim. She's been doing that a few times in streams fairly recently too.
Oh.
Well, so the like hour before stream, I'd started a game like an hour before stream, and that whole time I was in the cave with the bear, sneaking against a wall. 'Cause
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
wanna
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not leaving the starting area until I have 100 sneak.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not planning on being a sneaky cat. Oh yeah, I made a Khajiit.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Like I'm not planning on playing a sneaky cat necessarily. I just, want the points.
Hmm.
I like having the option.
Yeah, it's understandable.
Yeah, for sure.
Hmm.
But yeah, I think I should load into some Mecha Break tonight at some point, because I haven't played that in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, and the beta
Oh, I
ends
don't know.
tomorrow night.
I was about to say it's the last day of the beta too.
Ah,
Mm.
damn it. I have to wait until it's actually released, and I have to pay for it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm okay with paying for the game. It's fun.
Honestly, yeah. Honestly, yeah.
Like, I've been psyched for it since I was in like the closed beta like ages ago.
Oh my god,
Mm.
same.
Yeah.
Like I still remember hearing about it back December 2023. It was announced, and I was immediately just like, "Oh fuck yes, sign me up."
Like, yeah, like I think like I like the combat style in Mecha Break more than Mechwarrior Online. It's faster.
It's Armored Core meets a hero shooter. I love it.
Hmm.
Huh?
To me, it just feels like how GBO2 is supposed to feel.
Oh yeah.
That game makes me sad.
Well, I mean, you can tell that like Gundam is where they took their primary inspiration from with the
Oh,
design
very
of like most of their mechs.
Oh, very much so. Yeah.
Enjoy the combat. Yeah,
And
yeah,
then they
it's
have
really
the
good.
big chunky voice.
Mm-hmm.
Yay.
Also based off of different Gundams and whatnot. Like they're all based off of their own. They're all based off of a slightly different Gundam.
Yeah, I do so love my big chonky Daka boy.
Yeah. I also like the fact that you can customize your mech without having to spend real world fucking money.
Yeah,
Mm.
that is very nice.
You should not have to spend real world money to paint your goddamn mech.
Correct.
This is my fucking soapbox. I will die on this hill.
No, that is a correct take.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Though you know they're gonna shove microtransactions in that game.
Yeah.
They've been pretty. They've been pretty adamant that that's not something that they're going to be doing outside of like cosmetics.
It's either going to be that or they're going to have like paid battle passes. You can kind of tell with how the UI is set up for that.
Yeah, I mean, I can see the battle passes, and that's kind of what they were floating with the whole Inferno thing this time. But even then, Inferno is not the strongest mech. It's just popular. So, like, I don't mind it, honestly.
Yeah, like it. I tried it in trial once. It kind of seems like a laser shotgun.
Yeah, it's like it's okay. It's fun, but it's honestly outclassed
Maybe.
by. But it's yeah, it's outclassed by some of the mechs that are already available. Specifically, Hurricane. But I don't. But yeah, no, I don't see a problem with that.
Yeah, I love Hurricane because it's simultaneously like really broken if the player's good, and also welcome food.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Welkin is a fun mech. I don't know. I don't know if they changed the way it plays between the first beta and this beta.
They did, yes.
Yeah, it doesn't feel the same. It was a lot more fun in the first beta, I found.
A lot of people complained that Welkin was oppressive in the early betas. So over time, they've kind of bounced towards walking it back a little bit more, so that it's still strong, and it's still very strong, but it's not. But it's not like the absurd powerhouse that it was, that it in particular Panther was, which Panther got gutted.
Panther's still annoying.
Yeah,
like with a good player, Panther is fucking annoying.
And the fact that I think we can say that about pretty much every mech in the game says that it's in a good place balance-wise. It just needs some fine-tuning. Every mech is annoying in good hands, and that's how it should be.
I mean, Elyseness is kind of easy mode.
It's only easy mode because it has like 3 or 4. It has like multiple health bars. But honestly, its DPS outside of melee is a little lacking, and even then, it's not melee dedicated, so it's just kind of there.
Well, I mean, with melee and the Elyseness, I found you have to conserve your energy more than, say, the Welkin. Because you are burning a lot more energy. But the Elyseness can close a lot faster than the Welkin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which makes it...
I think the grossest part about Ally is the auto riposte when you parry.
Yeah. So it almost makes it a good counter melee option.
It really is. And if you've ever seen Zoner in it, it's like they're a fucking menace.
I think I've played alongside them once or twice.
Yeah. Yeah.
I probably have.
What about oh yeah, the energy management.
But
That
yeah,
makes sense.
so
Yeah.
I think I am going to dip off at this point for a bit, and continue running against a wall for a while, and I will probably go live again a little bit later.
Yep, I'll get out of the
Okay,
VC
yeah.
too.
All right, see
Take
you
it
all
easy.
later.
Yep, yep.
Okay, bye. All right. Hi. Alongside, yeah. All right. Well, yeah, that's gonna do it for Mechwarrior Destiny. That's pretty good though. That was a different one. That was a different one. That was a nice little side quest. That was fun. I liked it. And now we got some little badger friends. That's very cute. All right. I think I am gonna go ahead and I'm gonna end the YouTube stream now. I'll throw a link over there. If anybody wants to switch over here, because yeah, I'm gonna keep streaming. I think I just I'm not exactly sure what to switch to yet. But I need to take a break, so I'm gonna take a break for a little bit. Where's my link? Where's my link? There it is. That over there. Okay. Yeah, it was very cute. It was very, very cute. Okay. Pause that. But yeah. Okay. Thanks for hanging out and watching the Mechwarrior Destiny. Oh yeah. Nice. Yeah, a good outcome. The happy outcome. A cute outcome. It's fun. All right, I'm gonna take a little break and figure out what to do next. Yeah, I'm gonna stop the YouTube stream. I might start it back up, depending on what I end up switching over to. But yeah, for now, if you want to hang out, just hop over to Twitch, or I guess keep an eye out for the next YouTube stream if it comes up. Which, yeah. But anyway, all right. Thanks. Thank you. See you in a little bit.